Martin Popoff here. Welcome back to another edition of our little wee tiny Contrarians show called Reliving Old Reviews is a Useless Tool of Confusion, where we look at an old period review of an album that turns out to be a classic and what they had to say about it at the time. So this is a review by the disc panel, although there is initials put at the end of it. It is by AB from Disc and Music Echo magazine. It is of the Montrose album. Let's see what they have to say about Montrose. Who can figure out what to think of a record like this right in 1973? It is pretty different for 1973, so this should be interesting. Who is Montrose? Question mark. What is she? If ever there was an uninformative sleeve, it is that of Montrose's first in question marks album. Probably they are American. Probably they are West Coast, as the saying goes. Definitively, they are in the undistinguished looking, but let's put a grainy photo of them on the front with hairy chest category. So, getting that right, it's like we can't tell what kind of music this is by this Montrose album, right? What is it? The front of it's pink and the back of it's, or hang on, the front of it's yellow and the back of it's kind of pinkish, right? And it's just a band. They got their shirts off. Who knows what kind of music this is? And this reviewer is saying, well, we don't know what this is. Is it their first album? Are they from the West Coast? Okay, let's go on. The music is recorded through a drum of warm mud in order to distinguish its embarrassing similarity to Led Zeppelin 4 years ago. The guitarist owns a fuzz box with no on-off switch. The singer is extremely enthusiastic and in this country would be quickly arrested as a soccer hooligan. This reviewer, AB, is recognizing that this is distortion pedal all the way through and is pointing that out, which is, a good thing to notice because there aren't very many albums as of 1973 that have this. We know there are a bank of heavy metal albums from the UK. This really, I call this America's first heavy metal album. But even those heavy metal albums from the UK have varying degrees of how clean or dirty or distorted or vibrant or electric that the electric guitar is on these records. And Ronnie Montrose gets a really walloping heavy metal sound. There's Ronnie there. I can still supply my Montrose book, Montrose Gamma and Ronnie Redefined, Rock the Nation. But there's a great shot of Ronnie there. So where else would you hear heavy distorted guitar this heavy? I mean, possibly on Black Sabbath, Master of Reality, maybe on Paranoid, maybe here and there in Deep Purple, maybe in rock, but I'm using the word maybe, but I mean not quite. I mean, because really this is probably the best heavy metal guitar sound we've got to date as of 1973. And this reviewer is noticing that, but is annoyed at it and comparing the band to Led Zeppelin, which makes sense. A little bit of sense, but not a lot. I mean, it's well beyond and well heavier and more commercial and more straight between the eyes than Led Zeppelin. And I like that it says that the singer is extremely enthusiastic. So that's actually a good thing because this is an incredible Sammy Hagar performance on this album and would be quickly arrested as a soccer hooligan. So he's just a great hollerer, right? Then it goes on to say Montrose are basic. Back to the roots. What's the point of playing 4 notes when one will do? What's the point of recording 10 songs when none will do? So that's a little unfair because this is very modern, forward thinking. You think of Space Station number 5, super modern, new kind of heavy metal. I think this reviewer is blinded by the fact that the arrangement is so electric and so distorted that he isn't noticing, the variation in the songs, the interestingness of the songs. Again, by 1973, we only have under 10 albums, maybe 20 max if you really widen the palette of records that are this heavy and this interesting and this modern and new kind of thing. Again, Black Sabbath, Your Eye Heap Deep Purple, it's all UK stuff, right? Forget Mountain and Cactus and Amboy Dukes and all of that. Even Blue Oyster Cult at this point. So yeah, this person thinks it's just all basic and way too basic. But really, what they're thinking as a reviewer in 1973 is there's no Eagles on here, there's no prog on here, there's no string arrangements, there's no brass. They're really thinking in those kinds of terms, right? And then the review ends. However, if you have a thing about electronically simulated motorcycle sounds, then Montrose is right up your alley. Peace and love. So at the end we get a little link to the hippie generation. Don't know why that's in there, but yes, does notice the motorcycle noises on Bad Motor Scooter. So there you go. Just another reviewer who doesn't think hard rock is all that valid. Kind of thing. There you go. Montrose. Another episode of Reliving Old Reviews is a useless tool of confusion.